says connected to chat.
Yeah, no,
Weird.
next time you try it on here, don't go to the old...
I'm not doing it on there anymore. I might as well get a computer. Cannot be bothered getting the head strained worrying about how
You've
to
just
do
got
it.
no patience.
No, it's not that I've got no patience. I just don't know what I'm doing. I don't like that.
I know, but that's why you got to...
Well, if you want to do it, by all means. That's all we can do, is let you take control of the technological
Yeah, but
side.
don't listen to me. I'm trying to help you. You have to do
I'm
it.
glad you're trying to help me. I don't want to do it.
Fine.
It's okay. Hello, Buttercup. How are you? I knew you were there. I sense you in the Force. Hello. Good. Had a nice beef bone broth soup, which is not everyone's cup of tea, but it was yum.
It was.
Hmm?
It was yum.
I really wasn't going to do a video of doing the braising of... Actually, I roasted the bones first, then put them in the pot with the triage, carrots, celery, onion. 3 hours passed.
I'm glad to cut the celery big, though.
Cut the what?
Celery big.
So you didn't eat it?
No.
It's good for you. It's got no calories.
That's not the thing. I just don't like the taste of it. Like, to eat it as is. I know it goes, the flavour goes through the food. I get that. But I just don't want to eat celery.
Oh, when the world collapses and all that's available is celery, things will change.
Well, we'll worry about that if it happens.
Okay.
Yeah, see? Buttercup's on my side. Thank you. I used to, again, it's another food. I used to love it when I was younger. Put peanut butter on it, you know, fresh one.
Cream cheese. Black pepper.
No, not black pepper. In salads, raw. I come to think of it, it's not something my mum ever cooked with. Yeah, that's exactly, I'm exactly the same. I'm just trying to think, Mum. No, she'd only buy it, we would have it fresh with peanut butter or sour cream. That was when I was younger. Or in a salad.
Anyway, other than the celery, it was okay. I might just cut them in 1-inch chunks for you, so you can just pull them out immediately.
I pulled them out anyway.
What?
The bits that you had, because you had them about that big. So
Most of it I cut so fine it just melted.
no, I still found them. It's me, same with kidney. I can find a kidney and it can be my minute amount.
Anyway, it was good for us, and our daughter took some today. Give her strength, because bone broth is good for you. It's going back to caveman style. Toad flavour. Or can I have some of that beef and toad soup, please? Can I have another bowl?
To add, there's just a space missing.
I know. Not really. It's more to do with the endometriosis. And she doesn't eat well. She's busy, eats rubbish.
Oh, she doesn't always eat rubbish.
No, I'm just saying that she turns to stuff, so I'm trying to supplement her diet with nutrients. Marrowbone jelly. I mean, I'll give you an idea, Buttercup. If you went to the supermarket here where they have this flash brand, there's two brands of bone broth, a 300ml container, I want you to hold your seat, $8. I made 6 litres.
See, the thing with endometriosis, because of what it is, because it's the lining of the uterus and the womb, all that leaks. So even though she doesn't have periods or bleeding, or has a bit, but that's to do with the endometriosis, she still goes through the monthly pain as if she's going to have a period, even though she doesn't. That's what.
Still gets pain.
Yeah, and then yes, she had morning sickness pretty bad.
She'll often just come round here and sit with us, like she's on a 2-hour holiday. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just so she can relax, I guess, and get fed. There's those weird birds again. Can't work out what they are. It's got to be a finch.
That's a woolly wagtail.
You know, the one in between.
Yeah. Yeah, finch, I reckon.
Any latest news of the white controversy of lying and calling everyone chumps? I'm sure there are ramifications for that. Someone did tell me that the words were, oh, they're nothing but 40-year-old skanks. And I'm thinking...
That was talking about at the brothel, apparently.
Yeah, you don't know the people. Maybe they're not the best looking people in the world. You still don't do that.
No, like I said to you, that, what's his name? I can never say his last name. Louis Theroux did a documentary on that place years ago.
Yeah. I think there's a length of rope happening here, Buttercup. A tether that is unwinding by the association.
But didn't she also call her subscribers something, Buttercup?
Either way, it's, look, in our old language, Buttercup knows this one, it's being two-faced. Very simple. That explains it all. Say something to people's faces and say something behind their back.
Oh. Well...
Oh, I didn't see
After all the kerfuffle everybody said happened yesterday, I had tried to find it and have a quick glance, so to try and understand what everyone's going on about, but I think she's just pissed off because of what happened, because she got caught out saying those words, so she's taking it... I mean, he's no better. Don't get me wrong, I'm not sticking up for Elvis in any way, shape or form. But I think she's pissed off and he's copping it.
Oh, look, it's not a faux pas. It is being two-faced. No matter how you want to paint it and damage control you want to do, you were heard saying what you said.
Exactly.
And it means that everyone else is irrelevant, but people who donate get liked for a little while.
But people do...
They don't matter.
Yeah, but people do deflect. People do like to blame other people when they get caught out at something and they can't backtrack.
I would rather people tell me to my face, just don't like you, don't like what you do, don't like you as a person. I'd say, okay, not a problem.
But you know what?
We just won't bother catching up. That's simple. You go your way and I'll go my way.
Yeah, but you know what? After having a bit of a scrounge today, trying to find out exactly what was said happened, they could have made that such a funny situation. They could have just kept streaming, let it go, and have it for what it was. They couldn't go in. Simple. You know, laugh it off.
As far as I remember, and Buttercup would know more, I don't think the man in the van's allowed in many places because of his behaviour. He used to always blame other people, but it's his behaviour. Simple. Now, he's been arrested, all sorts of things. Now, with an ID check, if something pops up, you probably won't want to let anyone come into any establishment if there's information in regards to a name. You would avoid the grief and say, I'm sorry, you can't come in.
Yeah, because I just went and had a bit of a listen, caught up pretty quick, just 10 minutes of different streams. People have already put shit up, so it comes across your stream when you go on YouTube. But like I said, they could have made that a funny situation. They could have just left it for what it was. Someone rang, they weren't going to be let in, so be it, you know. Not go through this thing. Obviously she didn't realise she was still alive. People were listening to what she was saying. She could have made it funny.
I think the world will turn shortly. He could be leaving. We're going back to his normal hatred, rant, attacks.
Yeah, I'll just take this in.
And then his channel will be closed because I don't think he fully understands the ramifications, which will be his own demise. But I've never liked people that are two-faced. Like I say, I don't mind if someone says they don't like me. That's okay. We can just avoid each other and peace will be held all round. No problem. But when someone is smarmy, another word you'll understand, and deceptive, and two-faced, there is no patching up the problem. It's like if you put a hole in the wall, there's a hole in the wall. And you can patch it up, but everyone knows you put your fist through the wall. They don't forget. I think she's in Apollo 11 at the moment, Buttercup, trying to figure out how to keep the oxygen going long enough to get back. Yeah. I mean, the other thing is, and it's just me being a little bit comedic, is that why would a surrogate mother take her son to a brothel? It's not really what mums do. Are you ready, Johnny? Yes, Mummy. Where are we going? I'm taking you to a brothel. Yes. But you can't touch, you just look, okay? When you get there, you can have a look around, and then you can run really, really fast back to the car, and it's an experience you've been waiting your whole lifetime for, so Mummy's doing a good thing by you. All right, Johnny, off you go. Really? Mummies do that for their boys? Maybe on Pornhub, or what's the other one? Porn sites. Extraordinary. Captain Mannering, did you hear what happened? Yes, I did. Young Jonesy, we took him to a brothel, and they turned him away. Never mind.
Ah, look, people go to brothels. It stops some other crime. It stops people, well, that's just my belief, that it could stop someone from getting raped or whatever. Yeah, they've got to pay. Well, if you can't afford, apparently this Mustang place is expensive. Because we watched a documentary when Louis Theroux did it. And even back then, 5-6 years ago, I think, when we watched his documentary. Because it was very interesting, actually, wasn't it?
Longer than that.
Yeah, but
10 years ago.
It was interesting. You probably can find it on YouTube. Louis Theroux's documentary on the Mustang Ranch, whatever it is. So if he wants to go do that sort of thing, that's fine. Go.
Well, having inadequate communication skills with everybody, let alone females, means that he is unlikely. Well, it's the old story. It's a joke, isn't it, Jojo? Couldn't get a root in a brothel.
Yeah. But
and he couldn't.
You're right, but
he couldn't afford it. And B, he didn't get in the front door.
What she called those women was wrong because, like I said, I watched the documentary, maybe it was 10 years ago, and there was those women weren't old skanks or whatever she called them. Maybe they've changed, I don't know, but they were just normal women.
Well, if you broad spectrum call women like that, you don't know straight away those words.
Yeah.
That means you basically would say that about all women. Middle age, skanks is what someone told me, and I'm thinking, okay. Well, I'm definitely past middle age, and so is the man with the wig.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know a lot about brothels, only some documentaries we've watched, but it's a young woman's game.
Well, if she was an oil painting buttercup, it'd be an abstract, for sure. Yeah, I mean, you should give respect. And it is a, look, I mean, I'll be brutal with this, it's a misogynistic statement. Okay? It's something a misogynist would say. That these are skanky, middle-aged women. That's a misogynist.
But that's also saying it against all prostitutes, sex workers, whatever you want to call them. Like I said, they've chosen that job for whatever reason.
I don't care.
wish them harm.
I think brothels are important, as you said.
Exactly.
There's many young men who just have no skills at all. That, you know, if they want to have sex and they pay for it, fine. It's quite a healthy outlet. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a very old profession.
Yeah, there was just no need for the name calling. It's just...
Well, it was generalised. That's what I heard. When you say things generally, you mean it about everyone, which means it's your opinion and your values.
Well, no, I'm from the
Hello, chick.
The little bit I went and watched today, she was talking about those particular women at that particular place, because then apparently she went on to say something about, look at the women in, where'd they go? Tijuana or something. You got...
Chick says that I'm dried up prune. No, I'm not dry. Probably a bit of a prune, but that's okay. Good morning to you, chick.
Anyway, I went and checked it out because of all the talk. I do that sometimes.
I think women around 45 are probably at their most attractive, to be honest. They've matured. Most women look after themselves. And beauty is in the hide in the eye of the beholder. Well, I'm sure your mother didn't charge you anything, Jojo. Boom, boom.
Rosie said that. Hang on. What did Rosie say?
Yeah, no, I know.
Dried up prunes. Well, you know.
You don't know people. You're just attacking women.
But
that's it. I mean, you can put it in whatever context you like. So it's a misogynistic statement.
Yeah, but so what I'm gathering, because like I said, I went and had a quick look today to see what everyone's talking about. So if she said that, so did I don't know how many workers there are in this place. Did 20, 30 women come out or something, did they? For her to say that?
Jojo's saying, Seeds, were you there? No, I wasn't.
Hey, chick, like, did 20, 30 women come out of this place for her to say they're all? Or did just, from what I heard of the recording, it was just one came out?
Well, it's a broad statement.
Yeah.
Not knowing somebody and making a statement is just an attack on women. You can cover it up whatever you like, but it's a male point of view being a misogynist.
I'm not covering...
That's it.
I'm not covering anything up. I totally get what you're saying, but I'm talking about her general comments to do with that stream at that place. She was talking about those women. So did 20, 30 women come out of that building just to have a look at them?
I think the overall thing that we're saying, all of us are saying that there's a two-face to this situation. One is the video normal face, and then there's the behind-the-scenes different person. Usually, the behind-the-scenes person is the reality. The on-screen performance is usually an act.
Well, could be. Also because the fact they couldn't go in there, Rosie lost her temper.
That's my whole point, Buttercup.
That started it.
It's a broad spectrum statement about middle-aged women being skanks, of which she knew nothing of.
Yeah.
which is a misogynistic statement. Like I say, you can put band-aids and try and cover it, but that's what it was.
That's right. Whether she's talking about all women in general or just the women at that place, that's still wrong.
Yeah, look, I haven't seen it, but I'm going to guarantee this is what will unfold in the damage control. Anyone questioning her will be labelled a troll. Anyone raising a subject matter referring to it would be, all right, we're just going to boot you. In other words, it's like a president trying to cover up an impeachment. Let's just put band-aids over everything. It'll be fine.
Yeah, check, true. Oh, he doesn't need teaching. He does it on his own.
He does. He basically is like a teenage boy, and there's no doubt he could do with some psychological review. He has low self-esteem, and no one helps him. They just use him. Is he unpleasant? Yep. Could he be fixed? Probably not. Could he be made a bit better? Yes, he could. But no one helps him.
But he has
People
had
just
help.
use him.
No, people have tried to help him. He's had numerous
No, I agree.
help,
I agree.
And he's not done anything. So, no, I don't feel sorry for him. He's a pig. He's disgusting. If he wants to have a normal conversation and actually take note of what people are saying or look at himself to see what he's actually like.
Look, I mean, I'm not going to advise anyone to do anything, but there'd be certainly a video required to say, I stuffed up, I did the wrong thing, I made misogynistic statements, I was cruel, and I apologise. And I'm not calling people a troll because they're questioning me, because you have every right to question me. That's not going to happen, by the way. But that means it's no longer a cover-up, it's an explanation that you stuffed up, and my behaviour was wrong.
Like I said.
But it won't happen, because a narcissist will never cave in to an issue. It'll just be a change of narrative to suit probably a new agenda.
You know what it was?
Hello, Danny G.
It wasn't a big deal. They couldn't go in. Could have made such light of it and it joked about it instead of causing all this shit. Yeah, she didn't know the stream was still going, obviously.
Same here, Danny. I don't have to watch these channels. I get all my information by people saying, did you hear? And then I'll go and listen on, like, say, Colleen's channel.
Yeah, but I did go.
And it's like, okay, I don't need to watch any of these people because everybody else watches them. And, no, you know, when you get a collective of 30 or 40 people saying the same thing, it's obviously true. And
Yeah.
it boils down to the fact that if you're two-faced, but you have one public image and one private opinion and views on skanky middle-aged women, unfortunately, if people hear that, they combine your on-screen persona with your off-screen persona and they go to the bottom rung. That's what's happening, I have no doubt.
Yeah, we don't go either, Danny, but because I'll admit it, I'll be honest, today I went and had a quick squeeze because I turned on YouTube and a few different videos come up the side anyway, and a few of them were something the people obviously recorded
Danny.
Oh, yeah. People obviously recorded it, so yeah, I went and had a bit of a gansy today just to have a look. And like I said, that whole thing just could have been laughed at. Oh, we couldn't get in. Doesn't matter. You know, laugh it off. Drive on to the next spot.
I'll be honest. If Jojo's in the car with me, we're driving through Reno, and he said, Seeds, can you just run me out to the Mustang Ranch? I want to go into the brothel. I say, Jojo, here's the money for Uber or a taxi. Go on your own. And he'd do the same in reverse. I mean, that's how it would be. Mothers don't take their sons to brothels.
I know. Got to remember it's Fanny.
I'm waiting for Vlogger Puppets to bring out a video. I'm sure it'll be today. He would have caught up and thinking, this is golden. Well, use this.
Well, depends what mood I'm in. Might check out the damage control video, skip through it.
Yeah, I would. I'd dump you, Jojo. I'd say, mate, I caught up with you to catch up with you, not take you to a brothel and sit outside for 3 minutes, because that's all it would take. That's beside the point.
That was so mean. like I said, there's people who do all sorts of jobs, and there's reasons that these jobs are done. I do believe brothels have saved unnecessary violence on other women.
I agree.
They go to brothels for whatever. Do I believe, like a married man, supposedly he's happily married and then goes to a brothel? Well, no. I don't think that's right.
Someone said, and I think this would clarify thought processes. Someone said that the man in the can said he's been waiting his whole life to go there.
Whole life? Oh, God.
Really? So, you want to go to a Super Bowl and watch a Super Bowl grand final game, or you want to go and watch a boxing match, but no. His whole life, from a small child till now, his only ambition was to go to the Mustang Ranch. That sort of sums up a person's character pretty clearly.
Oh, you'd be alright with me, Jojo. I could go window shopping with you. I like window shopping.
He's talking about brides.
Oh, I'm talking about general shopping. You can take me for a drive in one of your fancy cars, Jojo. We'll put seats on the back seat.
Give me a pillow, I'll go to sleep.
Yeah, we'll sit him on a bench somewhere at the shopping
Make
area.
Make it a big old Chevy with those big bench back seats with a pillow. That'll do me. You can both go shopping?
Yeah, you and I can go window shopping, Jojo. We'll bring seats back and ice cream occasionally.
No, don't worry about that. I did go window shopping this year. We've just put them in the house.
Well, there's jobs for everybody. That just reminds me of what's his name when he does the worst jobs in history. What's the Tony Robinson? Yeah, I like watching those shows.
But, like I say, I am 100% certain there are people that would support the actions. If someone murdered someone on YouTube, I still support you. Even though you killed somebody, I still think it was probably they ran into your knife. That's what I believe. You'll get those people, for sure.
Yeah.
But you get the reasonable thinkers. And in this case, the reasonable donators may balk. No, they wouldn't. I wouldn't be sending the men in black. I'd probably send you the men in white. Should drive you nuts. Yeah, I like Chick. He comes across in everything as a young 14-year-old boy, and his reactions are the same. I've heard her on occasions in the past, basically when he's been talking, dismiss what he's saying, and he always uses the words right. Exactly what you do when a parent is talking to a child. Right, okay, yep. Not that he's listening, but the response is that way.
They'll have to work it out.
Yep. I didn't even watch it, but I got all the information within 5 minutes, and I made a funny little video called the Butterbean Express. I only needed to know a little bit of information to make that video, because truth is far more interesting than fiction. Yeah, possibly, Chick, but not partners like we would know. Partners in grime, in deception.
No, I doubt it'll ever change. She's not going to not be friends with him. She's not going to not associate with him.
Well,
thinking
like a narcissist, what I would do if I was thinking like a narcissist is disassociate myself from him, blame him, because that's some sort of wedge that she can put between the community to saying, look, I've pushed him away now, so I'm back to being me.
Yeah, I didn't get it either, Danny.
But like I say, when you think about the consequences of normal, reasonable people with good thoughts in their mind, they may not put their hand in their wallet anymore. So this not only has a social response, it might have a financial response as well.
But who started the nickname Butterbean and why?
Well, someone told me that Rosie actually said the name. Or somebody might have left it in a comment.
But why? Because I don't like him having that nickname because I actually like butterbeans. And it sort of turns me off not wanting to have them.
I find it funny because it's a vegetable and he never eats vegetables.
A sponsored trip in March. When was this said or whatever?
I always find that small-minded people will use words like, what I do is fantastic, it's the best. Everything I do is spectacular, cinematography, it's just crap. It's beating yourself up to be somebody you're not.
You mean saying it or doing it?
No, basically saying it, because if you say it long enough to yourself, you believe it.
But I'm good.
No, but you missed my point. It's
I know.
The words would be delusion of grandeur.
I'll come back. I still don't get why you got butterbean, but anyway, it's sort of made me think, every time I look at a can of butterbeans now, I don't want them anymore.
I think over the last few years, he's on that many departments' radars in similar areas because he's a creature of habit, that he won't have a pleasant time this year. Yes, I believe Santa is there for a good reason.
What did Chick say? They blew up the
AVNs
in Vegas. What's an AVN? I'm not quite sure what an AVN is.
Could be a flu. We have coronavirus cases in Australia now. It's going to be all over the world.
Oh, Avenue. Oh, okay. Right, that's short for Avenue. I write short for Avenue, AVE. A street, okay.
Girls on the avenue, ba, 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 ba. Working at the Mustang Ranch.
Well, no, Buttercup, not strange. People often do it for people on YouTube channels. I've watched other channels where somebody has paid for a weekend accommodation because this particular person wanted to see this particular place because they couldn't travel. I think it was a carpetbagger. Someone paid for him to go for a weekend somewhere because one of his subscribers can't travel, was sick, a life illness, so paid for him to go somewhere for the weekend to show this place that he's always wanted to go. So it does happen.
There is another point, Buttercup, to take into conjecture. That is, maybe it's not true, but if you say someone is sponsoring you, even though they're not, it sort of big notes yourself as to say, well, people like what I do and they're paying for the trip, when in fact you might be paying for it out of your own pocket, but you're just saying it possibly as a lost leader, which means that maybe someone else will step up. Like when you see donations, like a GoFundMe account pop up, and $100 goes in straight away, and then $200 goes in straight away, and then nothing follows.
I know
it's what we call salting the pond.
No, it's awards. Adult Vidi in Vegas. Oh, every year. Oh, okay.
Do they have a grandmother event, do they? Over 60s competition. Yeah, you get your saggy ass up there, you skunk. Apparently that's normal vocabulary in America.
I mean, that word... Skank is just a horrible word to start with.
It's a word that males use. It's a misogynistic statement. It's not a word a female uses about another female.
Oh.
Ever. No. They might use the word bitch, ugly,
maybe in an
things
argument.
like that. But those other words. Which word? You need to tighten the meal, I see.
Yes, he said sometimes breaks out in an accent.
You take the high road and I'll take the low. And I'll get your knickers off by morning. That's what Billy Connolly used to sing. I miss Billy.
He just doesn't do shows anymore, eh?
No, he doesn't do anything, yeah. He's not well. The big yin. But life goes on, and the wheels will keep turning. The deception will still be delivered.
And something else will happen.
But that old saying, you can fool some of the people some of the time.
So, Brecky Buttercup, your eggs again?
Actually, I used to love listening to him, Chick, playing on his, he could play the ukulele. I think he had a 5-string ukulele, didn't he?
I can't remember.
He used to do jams in Scottish pubs and Irish pubs.
Oh, Danny, how's your car?
Hopefully getting fixed.
Wasn't she going yesterday to get it checked again or pick it up or something?
Not sure. She might have a courtesy car.
Oh, you did have eggs. Yeah, Danny likes her eggs every morning too.
Bacon and eggs.
Danny must be getting dressed.
Actually, do you remember
for work or something?
When you were a kid, Buttercup, you might have gone to a Gilbert and Sullivan event of Pirates of Penzance.
Oh.
That's what Boyd's like. Some of the men dress up as women, some of the women dress up as men, and it's funny in a strange way.
Oh, the car's still in the shop. Oh, well, at least it's getting fixed. It's going to be safe.
Yeah, I've never been keen on stainless steel, to be honest. I like cast iron or a good non-stick pan.
Okay, Jojo.
Have a good day, Jojo.
You go window shopping, think of me.
Just how many windows do you need? It's a warm night tonight because it's going to be hot next 3 days. If Buttercup was here, she'd be in the cool room saying, "Tell me when it's over."
It is a still night, though. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, stainless steel, when I ever cook with it, and I've got one, I've got a stainless steel pan, but you've got to get it hot. It's when you have it half hot and not quite enough, stuff sticks. Every single window will do us fine. I'm not sure what that's in reference.
Yeah, looking at the window, I said...
What, window shopping?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Just happened you and Danny walked past the fire station?
Yeah, of course.
And you keep pressing the red button? Instant pot. I think that's reference to a slow cooker, is it? I knew that would wake Danny up.
An instant
All
pot.
I have to do is somehow, hack her phone. Instead of a normal ringtone, it's the sound of a fire engine. She'll wake up and go, "Yes!"
Well, it's pretty simple. Whenever we go somewhere now, if I see any firemen, I'll ask if I can take their photo. I need to send it to this American friend I have that is in therapy, and this is part of her therapy.
I would have thought it'd be a slow cooker, but I could be wrong. split pea ham bone, pea and ham soup. I love it. Takes me back.
Oh, it could be a pressure cooker. Yes,
Slow cooker.
pressure cooker. Okay.
It's like, I love making this bone broth up for soups. And I was telling Buttercup earlier that if you go to a shop here at supermarkets, there's two good brands. About 300ml, I think that's about 8 ounces, I'm guessing. Maybe less, maybe only 6 ounces. It's $8. I made 6 litres up for about $5. Very expensive, but it's ridiculous. I would never buy it.
Well, some people just couldn't be bothered to make their own, so that's why they have it. People buy it.
I mainly did it for Emily, because it's got so many good nutrients in it. And marrow is what we used to eat thousands of years ago. Me and Buttercup would come back with a dead deer, got Danny to chuck it on the fire. As it was cooking away, eat the cooked bits, and then, ooh, what's that bit of marrow?
And I'll just sit there
Yum.
waiting to be served. You make Buttercup hunt with you, make Daddy cook it. Chicken, I'll just sit there and wait to be served.
Actually, no, I'll cook it. They can go and kill it. Run it down. You just see Danny running with a headband on and a spear, tackling it, breaking its neck, chucking it over her shoulder, and Buttercup say, "Do you want a hand with that?" And Danny says, "No, I'm fine." Or, yeah, I throw oxtail into a beef stew.
Oh my God, I haven't had oxtail.
It's good. It's got that extra flavour. You can have oxtail soup if you like, but I find I like it, but everyone else thinks it's too strong. Fear of farm.
Yes, that's exactly right, Daddy. That's a good one. FFMS. I like that.
She's the only lady in Texas that lights houses up. Pyrotechnic, stands at the door saying, hand on her head, like backwards, "Oh, save me, save me."
I haven't had oxtail in a long time.
And she's the only person in her street that keeps putting cats up fucking trees.
Yep, so they could get the fun. Could you please come and get my pussy out of the tree?
Well, she's got an axe cracking it open a fire hydrant. Oh dear, I suppose the fireman will have to come to fix this. It is a beautiful night. You would all enjoy the temperature here. It's about 26 degrees. It's dark. It's cool for us, not hot for us. Very pleasant. But you won't enjoy tomorrow or the next day's temperature at all.
Well, tomorrow's 38.
And then it's 40 Monday. We are going live tomorrow night.
9 o'clock our time. 9 o'clock at night our
What's the time
now? 20 past 8.
So in about 24 hours and 40 minutes, you will see the fight. We actually might walk over there and show you, because they have stalls and things like that as well.
Well, so they said. So
we either go over there and look at all that, or we go to a brothel. One of the two.
And get kicked out. I'm not let in. Oh, sorry, we don't take couples.
But it should be good fun. The fireworks will be spectacular.
A Canterbury jam. Oh, cranberry Canterbury. Cranberry jam.
Nice. I like the cranberry. Yeah, I never do recipes. I look at what I've got and I think, I just need to get this and that. And I've already got in my head what the end product will look like. And then I go backwards. I start at the beginning and get to the product where I knew that's where I'd end up. And every time you make a stew or a soup, it's never quite the same, but that's okay. Different ingredients on different days. Recipes and me don't work. I find it boring, to be honest. I like to taste my food and create it as I go along like an alchemist. So if I ever had a restaurant, you came in, had a certain meal, and you come back 6 months later, you say, well, it's nearly the same as you made it last time. It's not quite the same. I said, yeah, because parsnips were out of season, so you didn't get any parsnips in it. And there was no chervil, so they didn't go in it.
Which lentils are you going to use, Chick? I like lentils.
Lentils, two things you can do with it. You can just have lentil soup, or you can use lentil in a soup or stew. And they had great value to it, same like pearl barley. I don't know how many people use pearl barley these days, but it's such a beautiful ingredient to add to a soup or a stew. I like cranberry juice, actually. I don't mind that. Can't have a lot of it, but I like it. Oh, big chunks of ham. Yum. So much you could do with big chunks of ham. I'll give you one tip. Got a nice big chunk of ham, chop it up a little bit. Toast some bread, so it's already toasted both sides. Put a bit of your favourite, say, onion, caramelised onion on top of it, and then add chunks of ham. And cover it in cheddar cheese. Put it under the grill. You will never go back. Ham is versatile. I did this once before. You've all been selected to go to the island. You can only take one thing with you. Oh. But that one thing can be never ending. You'll always have it. It'll always be there on this island.
Yeah, you've done this before.
What are you going to take? I think ham will get mentioned once or twice, or bacon. What would you take?
A boat so I can get back off the island.
No, you're never going to
get anything.
No, I said you're never getting off the island. A chook. So she can have her eggs, water. That would be mine too, Chick. If you never run out of water, you can manage on everything else.
I suppose it'd have to
Coconut stew may become a little boring, but you'll survive. Water would be my choice. Never-ending supply. I did this years ago, and one lady said, oh, my makeup bag. I'm thinking, right, that'll be handy on the island as you run around naked with just makeup on. We shall end in a couple of minutes. This broadcast is brought to you by Lipstick on a Pig. Only $19.99. Delivered. Free postage. You can drink your own wee, but not repeatedly. And I think I'll take the water instead. But I can turn seawater into water. I get two products. Water and salt.
I just won't ever be put in a position where I'm stuck on an island I'm never going to get off.
Well, you're on one.
No, you know what I mean.
Yes.
Well, I don't really use makeup, so probably there's some men that probably can do it better than me because I don't use it. I did the opposite when I was younger, but oh God.
See, I've never had a problem with a person wanting to be a woman, even if they're not. That's fine. But imposing their rules and regulation on other people is not acceptable.
I thought you were going to say you've never had a problem with makeup.
I have never had a problem with makeup. I don't wear it. I knew a guy who used to like get dressed up. I didn't know it till many years later, but he'd only do it at home. So I never saw him like that, but he didn't mind chucking on a dress and putting some socks in a bra. Man, I feel like a woman tonight. Ba, ba, ba.
Did that as kids. Would take mum's bra, put on a high heel shoes.
I'm very simple, Buttercup. If I perceive that someone looks like a woman, that's how I'll treat them.
Okay, see you, Danny.
But if I perceive that it's a man with a wig on, you have no right to change my perspective or point of view. You can't lay the law down to me. And if asked, if someone was like that and said to me, honestly, what do you think of me? I said, do you want the honesty or do you want something that you'll be pleased with the response? And they said, no, I want to be honest. I'd say you look like a bloke with a wig on. You ask me.
Yep, some do, but some don't. Some transition quite beautifully. Danny's going out to look for the fireman.
All right, Danny, have a good one. And I can be honest with you that I know of gay men, and we've got a couple that are lovely people, but some gay men are far more effeminate than transgender could ever be, because it's their natural nature. Grammys Sunday, probably Bad Guy Billy, Eyelash Weens. All right, good people, we're going to say good night. Super Bowl Commander-in-Chiefs. Have a great day. Enjoy that Pan Am soup chicken. Sounds wonderful. And I know you've already had your breakfast, Buttercup. Enjoy the rest of your day. And everyone else who's there, thanks for rocking up. And we will see you another time. You want to say good night to your friends?
Good night.
All right. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.